What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time. And this is going to be quite a very special video that I'm going to be doing here, because this is going to be my video talking about what I think are some of the finest and best releases to have come out in the calendar year of 2016 so far. As far as music and extreme metal goes, I would say that this year has been incredibly astonishing. Lots of great releases from new bands, older bands, lots and lots of stuff that's been coming out over this past year. And the crazy thing is, there's still a lot more to come. There's still much more that needs to be heard and need to be released. But what's been put out so far has been really, really awesome. And thinking of what to talk about in this video has been extremely difficult. I would really love to show everything, but it would take hours and hours, and you guys wouldn't want to be interested in that. So, here's what I'm whittling it down to. One demo, one EP, and a whole handful of full lengths. And, yeah, let's get this party started. By the way, new backdrop. Hope you enjoy it. Gotta show off the collection in some sort of format. Seems that everybody's showing off their shelves and stuff. Figured you'd get some little small tease of what I work with and how I conduct myself here. But yeah, let's get the demo out of the way. And this is a demo that's been getting a lot of attention from a lot of my fellow metal YouTube friends. And I would say this demo is worth the hype. This is Grav with the Astrala Odomarker demo. Released through Darker Than Black Records. This is some really gritty, dark, ugly Swedish death metal. If I'm not mistaken, one of the people who was involved in this project was once involved in a very well-respected project called Biketh Nexemu. Very raw, dirty, and filthy black metal. This Grav project here is something completely... It's in the same sort of element of raw black metal, but yet I think Grav has its own sort of ideals and elements behind it. And I think it makes for something incredibly wonderful here with this release. Incredible vocal work. I love the riffs. I just love the structuring and the pace of these songs. I mean, you have songs like the title track and the song Psychotic Darkness. Psychotic Darkness has some incredible vocals and lyrics behind it. I really love the intensity of that song. It's just an incredible demo all the way through and through, and I think it's something worth picking up and purchasing if you are into raw black metal or Swedish black metal. So anyway, front cover, very dark gray artwork here. I love this artwork here. Back cover with the track listing and credits. Darker Than Black, Merchant of Death. Comes with a lyric sheet. Very cool lyrics going on here. Hell Satan. Hell Satan. Credits and information. And nothing too much to show. It comes on a standard black vinyl. And yeah, I got this through Behold Barbarity, but I'm pretty sure you can get it through there still, or luckily through Merchant of Death, or wherever you're able to get this Grav demo. It is fucking fantastic. So this is Astrala Odomarker with Grav. Next, we have my favorite EP release of 2016, and if the music doesn't garner your attention, then the packaging surely will. This is Temple Below with The Dark Goddess. Iron Bonehead Productions. Funny story, I was hanging out with some friends a couple of months ago, and we were just jamming, listening to music. We were listening to stuff like Leviathan and I don't remember what else, but he showed me this one particular record, and he said, "Have I heard it?" And I said, "No." So he decided to throw it on the record player, and lo and behold, I was completely amazed by it. This band has a little bit of a shroud of secrecy behind it, but not really. This is pretty much black and death metal, featuring people involved in the bands Slotbeth and Bestial Mockery. We don't know who in Slotbeth and Bestial Mockery is in this band, but what they bring here with the Dark Goddess is just some incredibly amazing music. It has an almost Nightbringer-esque sort of ideal and mentality going for it. But yet the music is extremely well structured. I love the vocal work. I love the musicianship. This is just some really elegant stuff here. But anyway, the music sold me right away, but another thing that really sold me about this album is the packaging. I think this is some of the best packaging for any release in 2016. I mean, this is for an EP, mind you. But anyways, you have this front cover here, very beautiful artwork. You have the back here, beautiful artwork on here. Triple gatefold with this other piece of artwork here. Very, very nicely done here. Triple gatefold. Of course, I'm going to turn it around so you have an idea of what the whole concept of a release like this is. It's fucking amazing. Beautiful artwork here. Yeah, fucking amazing stuff. And it comes with some pretty cool goodies too. Comes with this little art paper here with this nice gold foil stamping on here. Fold it out and you have lyrics to all of the songs here. Iron Bonehead Productions, of course, put this out, so you know this means this is going to be some top quality stuff. Nice little fold out poster here of some additional artwork. I don't know if you're able to see that very well because of the light glare or whatever, but this is some seriously gorgeous artwork, guys. I really love what they did with this poster here. It's very, very cool. And slide that back in here. And it comes on a printed inner sleeve. Band members in question. Very, very cool. Temple Below, the Dark Goddess, and credits and all that stuff. And it's mastered at 45 RPM on a standard black vinyl. There's also a purple vinyl version available that comes with artwork cards of the art that's featured on the triple gatefold. But yeah, if you get that version or this version, it's something worth owning. This is some sensational black death metal from Temple Below with the Dark Goddess. Favorite EP release of 2016 so far. Now we move on to the full lengths. We're going to do some label-specific stuff. The first label I'm going to talk about is Fallen Empire Records. That label has been incredibly consistent in 2016 with its original releases and reissues. They came out with vinyl versions of releases from bands like Dark Space and Shrine of Insanibilis, but also original releases, most notably the Scott release, and these two that I'm going to show you here. First off is some New Jersey-based black metal from Death Fortress with Deathless March of the Unyielding. Yeah, Fallen Empire Records. This artwork seems very death metal-ish in a sense. But then again, I think this is one of those black metal bands that has that almost death metal-ish sort of structure in their music. But yet I think it's really, really awesome. And you can tell that this was a direction they were going with on their very first full length. But here on Deathless March of the Unyielding, they just fine-tune their craft and get way better from there. This is really a sensational band, and I love this band's approach and style to black metal. It's different, and I appreciate the differentness that a project like this brings. But anyway, got some cool little features here. Front cover, back cover, very cool logo, I should say. Nifty little sticker of the band logo. Excuse me. Single lyric sheet. Lyrics and credits. And it comes on a standard black vinyl, so there's really nothing too special to show here. But anyway, Death Fortress is fucking killer. Deathless March of the Unyielding, definitely another great record in 2016 to check out. And another Fallen Empire release is straight from Iceland. It's always cool when folks talk about Icelandic metal on here, and one Icelandic release in question is the debut full-length from Nadra, entitled Alir Vigir Til Glotunar. If I said that wrong, I apologize, but anyway, yeah, absolutely killer black metal from Iceland. This features people who are involved in, I want to say, I don't know what bands in specific are involved in Nadra, but I would have to say that people involved in Svartidardi, that's one of the bands coming to mind. There's probably 2 or 3 more that I'm probably forgetting about, and I apologize for that. But yeah, Nadra are sensational black metal. It's only a 5-track release, but with the 5 songs that you get on this album, you get some really wonderful black metal, and Icelandic black metal is just wonderful to listen to. I mean, listen to the track I want to say the track Sar. That's one of the best songs on here. I love how wonderfully paced and smart that song is. It's just really wonderful Icelandic black metal. So anyway, here's the front cover. Very nice quality here on this record sleeve. Back cover with the 2 band members, Fallen Empire, track listing and whatnot. Comes on a printed inner sleeve. Collage of photos from this band and project. Credits and information. And it comes on a very heavyweight marbled gray vinyl. Really love the quality of this release. It's very, very beautiful. It looks beautiful and it sounds awesome. Top quality stuff here with this Nadra release. But yeah, if you are into Icelandic black metal, this Nadra release is definitely something to check out. We're going to make a trip back to Iceland in just a little bit. But anyway, another record label that's been so consistent in 2016, in my opinion, is Hell's Headbangers. They have been putting out a lot of great releases, and a couple of these are in my personal top 10. At least one of them is. This one in particular being the new Embalmer album with Emanations from the Crypt. Ohio Masters of Death Metal. This, I don't really think I need to repeat myself too much, because pretty much what I say in my review of this album is what I'm pretty much going to say here. This album is the truest representation of Embalmer, musically, aesthetically, just a great, great death metal band. I love the intensity, I love the rawness, I just love how frantic and chaotic this album is. I mean, songs like I Am the Embalmer, The Casket Calls, Botched, Reduced to Human Scum, fucking brilliant stuff. It feels like you're about to enter the realms of hell and death with a release like Emanations from the Crypt. I think this is really some sensational stuff, but anyway, front cover, Chris Moyen artwork, very nice texturing on here. Back cover, additional artwork and track listings. Gatefold, lyrics, band photos, and credits. And this was released in many different formats: CD, picture disc, Die Hard Edition, CD, Die Hard Edition, cassette tape, but I just managed to get this one direct from the band. And this is on a very beautiful red and brown merge. Blood and shit, if you want to use those expressions. I really, really think this is some incredibly awesome death metal from one of the true legends of underground death metal, Embalmer with Emanations from the Crypt from Hell's Headbangers. And another Hell's Headbangers release that's really been getting a lot of attention is from somebody that's been in the slow process of making a proper comeback and return to making extreme music. And I, of course, am talking about the mighty Pete Helmkamp and the Abhomine project entitled Larvae Awful Swine. Yeah, this is a co-release between Hell's Headbangers and Osmos Productions. Yeah, pretty much except the drumming. Everything done here is Pete Helmkamp, and you can tell that Pete Helmkamp has not lost a pep in his step when it comes to making music, writing music, doing vocals, doing riffs and bass work. Just an incredibly intelligent mind, and with an album like Larvae Awful Swine, you just get some wonderfully crazy stuff here. Probably some of the best lyrics of any release I've heard this year. I mean, just very dark, very tormented, and very twisted. I fucking love this album so much. I mean, Capos and Whores, Black Magus White House, Narco Cult, smart stuff, and I fucking love this release. Anyways, front cover, digging the spot gloss here on the artwork in question, if you're able to check that out or not, but yeah, very good spot gloss. Back cover with the track listing and that familiar font, Hell's Headbangers, Osmos Productions. Yeah, I'm going to take out this lyric sheet here with the alternative artwork that you're probably familiar with. Very cool artwork, I should say. Lyrics and credits. And there, of course, you see Helmkamp in those bold letters right there, which is very, very cool. There are two versions of this record. There is a black sleeve version with, I want to say, the same sort of artwork this, but it's the other way around. It's black and white. This is white and black. And the white sleeve comes with the color vinyl, which is on a white vinyl. This is cut at 45 RPM, by the way, so don't listen, if you want to listen to it at 33, expect a little bit of slowness and and grody-ness with your death metal. I know some folks like to listen to certain death metal records that are cut at 45 RPM at 33, because it gives it that weird sort of effect. But anyway, Pete Helmkamp has returned to stake his claim as one of the greatest minds in extreme metal with Larvae Awful Swine. Fucking awesome album. Next up is probably an album that I would say is one of my favorites when it comes to the realms of mixing thrash metal with certain things. I mean, this is probably a death thrash record, but as far as like thrash in 2016 goes, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. This is Ripper with Experiment of Existence. Unspeakable Acts Records, excellent Paolo Girardi artwork, very, very awesome. This band name is appropriate for something like this, because listening to this album is definitely something that's going to rip your head right off and clear off. It's really, really sensational stuff. Very good mixture of thrashy riffs, great death metal riffs, great thrash riffs, great drum beats, awesome vocals, concepts, probably some of the best bass guitar work you'll hear on any release this year. I mean, Unspeakable Acts has been on a great tear in 2016 with releases from bands like Chemotoxin, Nucleus. There's going to be a lot more great stuff to come from this label, and Ripper is probably my favorite one of the bunch. So yeah, here's the front cover, back cover, great band photo right here. The instrumental track Chromatic Fantasy is fantastic. I love the bass solo work that's done on that song. The title track, Neuronal Unity, Rotten Dreams, fucking incredible death thrash. Lyric sheet with more band photos and credits. Lyrics on the back. Gotta say again, Paolo Girardi is a fantastic artist, and he knows how to create really incredible artwork. And the vinyl color is very, very cool. This is one of the limited ones. I call this mint chocolate chip color vinyl. But anyway, clear vinyl with brown and green sort of specks. Almost a camouflage-esque sort of idea going with this vinyl color. And it sounds really good too. Very badass. Unspeakable Acts, Dark Descent release. Very, very good stuff. But yeah, if you're into death and thrash, Ripper is the band to be checking out with Experiment of Existence. Next, we're moving on to the realms of power violence, and the final release from probably one of the most notable and most well-known and well-respected bands of the style with, this is Weekend Nachos with Apology. This was released on CD through Relapse Records, and this is the vinyl version put out through Deep Six Records. But yeah, Weekend Nachos are an extremely well-known, well-regarded, well-respected band in the realms of hardcore punk and power violence. They have made so many memorable albums and records throughout their entire career. I mean, it's kind of a sad, bittersweet feeling to know that this is going to be like the final sort of release from Weekend Nachos, because pretty much from what I understand, they want to leave this style of music to the youngsters, because these guys are getting a lot older, and they want to leave their legacy intact, and I completely understand that. And I think with Apology, I think they've really put a great capper to a wonderful career. I've always loved and appreciated everything that this band has done, and Apology is no exception. I mean, songs like 2015, Dust, Judge, Dogshit Slave, Narc, World Genocide, just some incredible songs and songwriting going on here. John Hoffman is and has always been an incredible vocalist and frontman for the band. The music is very good stuff. I love the riffs. I love the breakdown heavy sort of parts, and this is something that's always managed to grab my attention about a project like this. But yeah, anyway, it's been nice knowing Weekend Nachos, and hopefully greater things will be soon to come. I hope they haven't lost the fire to make music, because I think they can still manage to make some excellent music. So anyway, front cover, I love this X-ray of Broken Hands, very killer stuff. Back cover, band members in question, track listing, Deep Six Records. Comes with this very big, giant booklet. I don't think all the tracks are in order from this booklet here, but you have collage photos, live shots, lyrics, all four of the band members in question. Yeah, very, very awesome booklet. Thanks and credits. Don't Cry for Us, We're Already Dead, 2004 to 2016. Very incredible body of work this band has done over the years. And yeah, I think there's like 2 different vinyl versions of this. I think there's like a white version, and I think this is the standard black vinyl version. Side A. Side B, Weekend Nachos. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but on the B side of this etching, you're going to see the acacia strain on here. I don't know if this is some sort of inside joke or something, but I totally would understand and get if this was some sort of an inside joke for a band like this. Yeah, and on the A side it says Boy Sets Fire. Yeah, I think it says Boy Sets Fire. I'm not sure what the etching of this is, or if there's any Weekend Nachos fans that could probably understand what any of that even means. I would be grateful for you guys to let me know what's going on here. But yeah, anyway, very awesome end to an incredible career from this band. Weekend Nachos with Apology. Next is one of my favorite debut full-lengths from 2016, and probably one of the best representations from the country of Spain. This is Altteridge with Nil, released through Iron Bonehead Productions. Mike Seatown, if you happen to be seeing this, you are awesome, and I am very happy that you are into this band. Absolutely killer Black Death from Spain. I mean, if you are into something like maybe Portal, for example, they have that almost Portal-esque sort of entity when it comes to their music. They have a little bit of a shroud of secrecy going for them when it comes to their looks and how they handle business. I mean, we don't even know who's in this band to be specific, but yeah, just great vocal work, dizzying riffs, dizzying music, dizzying atmosphere. I mean, songs like Warm Womboros, Baptism Nil, Vortex Pyramid, just some incredible songwriting going on here. Very, very tasty Black Death. Probably one of the best debuts I've heard in recent memory. So anyway, here's the front cover, back cover. Very beautiful artwork here. Once again, Iron Bonehead killing it. Gatefold. Lyrics and information. Comes with a poster of the artwork. I like that the gatefold doesn't have the logo and the name of the album on here, because I think looking at this album cover art is very nice in and of itself. Artwork here with the Altteridge and Nil, name of the record. Very, very good stuff. Definitely recommend this to anybody who's into Black Death, black or death metal. Standard black vinyl, but it plays very, very great. So yeah, Altteridge with Nil on Iron Bonehead Productions. Absolutely worth getting into and checking out. Sorry about the itchy nose. Can't help that. We're all human here. We have another debut. I said that we were going to be making a return back to Iceland, and another Icelandic band with people from Svartidardi has been getting a lot of attention lately, and they're going to be touring with Ulcerate and Phobocosm in November of this year, and they stole the show at Maryland Death Fest, according to some friends of mine, and I would say the hype is justified for a band like this. This is ZHRINE with Unortheta. Season of Mist. This is so incredibly eclectic and diverse. It would honestly be hard to determine what type of a record this is. Would it appeal to death metal fans? Would it appeal to black metal fans? This is something that would appeal to both of those respective styles and genres. And I think a release like Unortheta shows the type of genius and intelligence a band like this has. This is seriously an incredible debut, and once again, another sign of proof that Icelandic black metal is some of the best going today. Bands like this, bands like Svartidardi, bands like Warmlust, Mistherming, incredible stuff. But anyway, beautiful album cover here. There's the front cover, back cover, track listing and stuff. Gatefold with lyrics and credits and information. More great artwork here. This is a first press edition, limited to 300 copies. This is on a standard black vinyl. Nothing too special to show here, but it's very good that I have a copy, because I'm pretty sure this was selling out really, really quickly and fast. But anyway, Icelandic metal is just brilliant, and ZHRINE with Unortheta is another great example of how awesome Icelandic metal is. This is an incredible debut. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to show you the album that I currently have as my #1 album of 2016. This came out way towards the beginning of the year, and to right now, nothing has topped it. Nothing has come close to it, and this album has been consistently playable from the minute I bought it, from the minute I pre-ordered the record, to the minute it landed on my doorstep, to the minute it landed on my record player. Honestly, I still need to get more formats of this release. I've been slacking off hard on that, but that'll change very, very quickly. I'm going to shut up now and show you what I'm talking about. Cathilist, Le Dernier Crepuscule, Profound Lore Records, Dark Descent Records put out the vinyl version, Graceless put out the tape version. Some of the best Canadian death metal you will ever hear in your life. Proper, effective, technical mastery, done properly and done right. Pretty much, this is Legend of Zelda worship material with some incredible death metal to be heard from the very beginning to the very end of a release like this. I mean, it's just so smart, so intelligent, some incredible vocal work to be done here. Great growls, great low, guttural sort of vocals, very natural sounding vocals. The riff work is very technical, the bass work is very audible and crystal clear. I just love how everything sounds. I mean, Into the Vaults of Ingurgitating Obscurity, Void Spawn, The Voices from Beneath the Well, Tales of the Majora Mythos. Holy shit, man. This is such a beautiful, beautiful death metal record. It gets better and better every time I listen to it. I find out more and more about this album every time I fucking listen to it. And I've been nerding out on a band like this for years, and to have this album in my hands is seriously a gratifying feeling. I fucking love this album so much. This is my favorite album of 2016, and I seriously doubt anything could even try to top it or come close to it. It's still too soon to tell, but right now, top of the heap. #1 album of 2016 for me. But yeah, here's the front cover. Once again, Paolo Girardi artwork. Very nice to look at. Back cover here. Track listing, Dark Descent Records, under license through Profound Lore Records. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish this was a gatefold instead of a deep sort of sleeve. But that's really my one complaint. I kind of wish that it could have been a gatefold, but oh well, what can you do? Comes with a digital download card. Once again, if you want it, buy it for yourself. Lyric sheet, very cool to look at here. You have credits on here. I think you have the band members in question. More lyrics and stuff. And it's a double LP, mastered at 45 RPM, and I got the limited colored variant. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but I may as well do my best to show it anyway. This is on a green, swamp green sort of color. It may look black on camera, but if you hold it up to a light, it's swamp green. Swamp green color. Very, very good swamp green color. Yeah, once again, this is mastered at 45 RPM. I think I was talking with Canyon one time. He had bought this record, and what do you call it? He had played it at 33 RPM, and he had thought he got kind of weirded out by the music, and I had to tell him that it was a 45 RPM record, which I still think makes it all the more awesome and entertaining to listen to. I don't know. It's just fucking awesome stuff. But yeah. My favorite album of 2016, still to right now, is Le Dernier Crepuscule by Cathilist. Go buy this shit. Go listen to this however the hell you're able to. This is absolutely worth your time and your money. But yeah, I'm going to conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through with me. This has been a pretty lengthy one, but it had to be done. What have been your favorite releases of 2016 so far? Let me know what your favorites have been. I'm pretty sure there's still more great stuff to listen to. If I can try to get time to review it, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll figure out something somehow. But yeah, let me know what your favorite releases of 2016 has been, and we'll go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hell out.